Alright, so I've had this game for a while since I looked. I look at my records actually. I purchased this at the end of 2023, and I still haven't played it. I've been trying to be a little bit better when it comes to making sure that you know I play the games that I have in my Steam library. So which is actually a direct result of me quitting Heroes of the Storm. Yeah, and would have still be playing that game though if the matchmaking was better. But matchmaking is his shit. It's a great game, but it opened up a whole new world for me. When it comes to my free time. So I've been playing a lot of different games, and I really want to get back into my board games as well. Um, yeah, when I saw this one, I was like, okay, this is really interesting, and the cards actually look pretty, very pretty. They're like different pictures of different locations on the planet. Um, it's been a while, so I don't even remember. It's been like about 2 years, a year and a half, something like that. I think I got it like end of 2023. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna attempt to play it. I've already put everything away. Whenever I get my board games, I always make sure that I put away. I organize the components, so that's all done. It's just a matter of actually playing it. So, yeah. Let's see what the game is about. It's called Earth, a game by Maxime Tardif. Earth, the soil that supports and sustains our beautiful planet Earth. Over millions of years of evolution and adaptation, the flora and fauna of this unique planet have grown and developed into amazing life forms, creating symbiotic ecosystems and habitats. It's time to jump into the rich environments and create some amazing natural synergies that replicate and extrapolate on Earth's amazing versatility and plethora of natural resources. Create a self-supporting engine of growth, expansion, and supply where even unused flora become compost for future growth. Earth is an open world engine builder for 1 to 5 players with simple rules but many strategic possibilities. With the enormous number of unique cards and combinations, every game will allow you to discover new synergies and connections, just as our vast and fascinating world allows us to do. So that's basically what the game is about. Okay, objective. The objective in Earth is to score as many victory points, and it's represented by a leaf, looks like, as possible. To do so, you will plant cards to create your own tableau. A 16 card grid arranged 4 cards wide and 4 cards tall. So hopefully I have enough space here to accomplish that. The game ends at the end of a round after a player plants their 16th card, which completes their tableau. Okay. Players will score points for the value of flora and event cards for growth and sprouts placed on their flora, for cards in their compost, and for ecosystem fauna and terrain bonus points. Balancing these elements and creating an effective engine is key to maximizing your victory points. So, yeah. Looks like there's also a video here that where you can watch and learn how to play it, but I'm going to use the manual. The first player to fill their 4x4 tableau with 16 cards trigger the game and the game triggers the game end and earns a bonus 7 VP. So, the end of a round that their player plants their 16 cards. So but here's the thing. This is alone in the game room. And I'm playing this alone. All the games that I've purchased, board games, they all must have, as a requirement for me, they must have a solo mode, or they can be played by myself because I don't have anyone else to play with. So, yeah. So I don't have to worry about that. So as a, I guess if you're solo, you're not getting any bonus points, you know, and all that. Throughout the rules, gray boxes like these will indicate important details which should not be overlooked. Beige boxes like these will indicate tips and options to make the game easier for new players. Okay, let's set it up. Here's how it's supposed to look like. Okay, so let's get this set up. Yeah, this game is really pretty. You can see the pretty box, you know. And I've seen the cards when I was putting stuff away. It's a very pretty game. Got it over there. This over here. Okay. So I don't think we have that many green thingamajig canopies. Oh, I think those are the leaves, right? So why is it green, red? Oh, I see. It's yeah. Okay. Okay, this is a little overwhelming, so let me just fauna board. Just go one at a time. Place the fauna board, which is in the middle, in the center of the table within view of all players. For a simple game, use the beginner's side of the board marked with a beige plant icon. So I guess this is it, and this is the yeah. So this is the simpler beginner game. So this is going to be in the middle. Oh, we might not have enough space. Oh, we do. We should be okay. This goes on top. Looks like. Yeah. This can go over here because I'm only playing alone. Yeah. So. Handout player board. Okay, so there are like 4 of them here. Look at that. They all actually have different background. I just noticed that. It's a very pretty game. What is this? Oh, this is. Where's the rest of the player board? Oh, and then for the rest of them, it's like, oh, okay, maybe that's not the player board. Because the rest of these don't have any backgrounds. Oh, this is end game scoring reminder. What? Some of these have like different things in the back. So I'm a little confused. So these are not the player boards then. They are the player boards. Okay. So how come some of them actually have like double-sided printed thing? Oh, it's a team thing. Okay, I see. It says team 2, so it's for a team game. Okay. But for the ones with the background, actually, it's not used for the team game. Okay, because for the team game, you have to flip over to the other side, and it says team 1, and the other one says team 2. So, all right. So I get one of these. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to place it, I guess we can place it right in the middle. Okay. That's done. Leave this space next to each player board where 4x4 tableau of cards can be created during gameplay. A tableau and player create the play's area. So I guess we'll move this a little bit over to the left. So my tableau is going to be right here. Okay. Create the central supply by placing all sprouts, soil token, and growth trunk canopy. Um, I used to have these little small containers, but you know what? For the purpose of this session, we're just gonna leave them like this because yeah, we're just gonna leave them like this. Yeah, I have these small like sauce. They're like small containers for sauces, and I've been using that for when I was playing Legendary Marvel and or more of the Marvel Champions. I've been using it for Marvel Champions. So I need to find. I have a bunch of them. I just need to find where they're at. I think they're somewhere in the hallway where I store most of my board games. Okay. Oh, and there's more stuff actually. Oh, we're gonna need space for cards up there. Okay, so. There's a fur in here. This is Yoshi's fur. Because this was when Yoshi was alive. Wow. There's one in the bag too. Create essential supply by placing all sprouts, soil tokens, growth, trunk, canopy. Okay, these are everything, so. Because of where one is up here, looks like, and then the other one's down there. I'm just keeping them in the plastic container here, just keep everything organized. Shuffle all earth cards, 7. Okay. Why is there 2 stacks? And place them in face down pile or piles within reach of all players. Leave space for a discard pile next to each draw pile. So I guess you have to shuffle all of them. See, the thing is, this game has like, look at how many earth cards there are. But I guess if you're playing with 4 players, you just kind of split that in 2, you know, after you shuffle them. Yeah, you got more earth cards here. See, there are a lot of earth cards. So if you're playing alone, I don't think you're going to be able to go through even like all of these cards, right? So we'll just keep it like the 2 piles, and you can just grab whichever pile, or just 1 pile. Maybe I'll after I shuffle, I just put the other half away until I actually need it. But there are a lot of cards in this game. So we'll just do our best here to shuffle all these cards. Oops. And then it looks like for beginner, we'll play a standard mode though instead of beginner because I want to see this ecosystem card. Because it says game setup, island cards, ecosystem cards. Just so that we're familiar with what the ecosystem cards are. You know. This game has a lot of cards. This main card, you know. Just mix them up a little bit. I'll say that that's pretty, yeah, it was a pretty good shuffle for such a large amount of cards. Yeah, I can't even stack them up like this because it's gonna topple. If you just stack them up as a singular unit, it's gonna topple. Look at that. Let me show you, give you an idea. So we'll split it, like I said earlier. And if I need more, then I'll grab from... Then I'll grab more. I doubt they were going to need that many, but we'll see. Shuffle the fauna cards. Now the fauna cards are... You get less of that. If you're playing the beginner mode, you don't even need the ecosystem cards. Looks like. I don't even know what that means. I think the fauna cards probably you just need it. Where does that even go? Let me see. Six cards with a darker back and an icon. Oh, this are only used in the solo game. Okay. See page 15. Let's make sure to check that out real quick and see if there's anything special I have to do with that. Page 15, last page. Okay. I mean, yeah, because seems like there's something separate you have to do with for the solo game. I mean, I wish they would have, you know. Let's see here. The solo mode follows most of the same rule of the standard game, with the most obvious exception being that you're competing against an artificial AI named Gaia. Oh, so you are competing with an AI. Begin by setting up the game as you would for a regular or advanced game, but set your player board on its solo side. What does that even mean? Let's see. Solo side. There's a solo side. See, I mean, this should have been okay. This is definitely a mistake on their part, because they should have mentioned that there's a solo side. You know, just explain what all of these things mean. You know, all of these different boards. So this is actually a solo board, I guess. That's the one that you can flip to this one. So this is a solo. I mean, why can't we just play with that, but then just have the AI be able to do these things? Anyway. Beginner and medium use the upper action spaces, where hard and expert use the lower actions. Beginner and experts are only affected further by the effects listed in the bottom of Gaia's Fauna objective card. Okay, now I'm confused, because I think they're assuming that you already read the rest of this shit. But no, I mean, you need to, if you're playing solo, do this. It has to be from the beginning. Select, place Gaia board next to your player board on the opposite side where you build your tableau. Yeah, so this is and then there's a team mode at the back. So I do need space also still. So we have to give Gaia a board as well. And which one is Gaia's board? Is it the same one that looks like ours? No, there's no. Oh, there's one more. Let's see here. Okay, so Gaia is going to use the regular board. Okay. Because there's no other board that looks like this. There's no other panel that looks like that. So I guess Gaia uses a regular board. Okay. I mean, that is what I have to assume, because unless they're going to surprise me a little later. They don't even show you, like, okay, whatever. Okay, place Gaia's board next to your player board on the opposite side where you will build your tableau. So this is still going to be in the middle. And our tableau, we're going to build our tableau to the left, maybe? To the right. We'll put Gaia's board over here. So this is Gaia's. This is Maya's. This is Gaia's, this is Maya's. And then my tableau is going to be over here. Select the color of leaf tokens and place them on Gaia's board. Shuffle her deck of 6 cards. Okay, we'll have to get back with that. But what is this thing over here with the dark background? It doesn't even tell me. You will go through this deck twice before ending the game. So this is for Gaia. The 6 card here. With the dark background. This is for Gaia. And then we're going to go through this twice apparently before the game ends. Okay. We'll place that there. Alright, let's go back. Oh, and shuffle, select a color of leaf tokens and place them on Gaia's board. So just whatever we feel like she deserves. Maybe green. Don't get stuck there. Wait, this is not Gaia's board. This is this is Gaia's board. Wait, I'm so confused now. Hold on, the picture doesn't look like this. Hello, sweetheart. We just went pee-pee, baby, so I know you're just here to beg for food, huh? Yeah, I don't have anything, sweetie. You okay? Why don't you just go over there and just relax? Wait. Begin by setting up a game as you would. Set your player board on its solo side. Set your player board on its solo side. But this is Gaia's board? So which one? You okay, sweetheart? I am so confused. Hey, baby. So, what? So we do need to have a player board. What? Begin your setting up the game as you would for a regular game, but set your player board on its solo side. On its this? But what do you mean on its solo side? The only thing that has that icon is this board, and this is supposed to be Gaia. The solo side, okay, the icon is like a green plant icon. There's nothing else in here with a green plant icon. Oh, this one. But it's not even green, but I guess this is the solo. I see, it's instead of this one, there's this one. Okay, I assume that this is it. I will assume that this is it. Because, yeah, you need to be a little bit better with the description here. You okay, baby? So this is definitely the Gaia board. And this is... Yeah, we're definitely going to need more space. I'm probably going to have to move this so that we can see the tableau here on this side. There's a danger of putting this down here because of that Suki. But you just have to watch for her. We need more light over there. Let's see if this helps. Not really. Let me just read through this solo mode real quick before we go back to the main setup. Number 3, this space is where her active cards will go. This space is where her compost is placed. This space is where her face-up scoring cards are placed. Okay. The sign difficulty. Use these action spaces for beginner and medium difficulty. Use these spaces, action spaces, for hard and expert difficulty. What are they talking about? And they're both like the same fucking, what? Let me just look at this real quick. I don't see the difference between the two. Use these action spaces for medium and beginner and medium difficulty. Oh, upper or lower, I see. And the way that they, so the manual is very unclear. What they need to do, because they put the same graphics for both of those, they say use the upper for upper action spaces where hard and expert use the lower action spaces. So they're talking about, just show you here, like up here, they're talking about the upper and lower half of this panel. But instead, what they're doing is they put the graphics for two separate graphics of the same thing instead of one large graphics of this panel and then this to indicate the upper part and hard and expert is the lower part. You know, so that was a mistake in the manual there. I made a mistake there because that was very confusing. I was looking at that, okay, what am I not seeing? There is something that I am not seeing. So we're gonna play medium, I guess. So we're gonna focus on this upper panel here, I guess, right? Okay, am I still not understanding this? Because why is there also a person icon and a plant icon? But anyway. Upper action spaces. Are these called? Okay. And I think at this point of the manual, I think it's also expecting you to understand some of these concepts, and we haven't even gone through the game. We're just trying to set it up, you know. So let's go back here. Okay, so now I have to shuffle the fauna cards, which one was it? Uh-oh, did I mix them? No. Oh, I put those accidentally away. No? Where's the, hold on now. No, where's the fauna cards? That's the one with the plant icon, right? Yeah, it was just here not too long ago. What happened to them? Hold on. God damn. I moved them and now I can't find them. Oh, there's more of the underneath that was this? This is more Earth card. I mean, was this? Oh, it's more the regular Earth cards. Jesus. Okay. Because I think the fauna cards are right over here. So I need to shuffle some more. Are these the fauna cards? Maybe. Yeah, this is getting kind of confusing. Hold on, because I'm expecting the fauna cards to have. I think this icon just means that it's Gaia. This plant icon on the. So where's the fauna cards? Number 8. Okay, so the fauna cards are the one with the pictures. These. Okay. Yeah, this is just more Earth cards. So let me just shuffle these and then put some in our stack there. Wow. Okay. That's just a lot. So. It's quite a bit. Okay, so we'll just put this stack here. I don't think we're going to be able to go through all of these. And like I said, if we need more, we'll just grab from the rest of these down here. Okay, shuffle the fauna cards. So these are the fauna cards. The one with the pictures. And place one with a random side face up on each of the 4 spaces. Okay. Right, random face up. How do you even determine which side you want to flip? You know, okay. Maybe we can just say first 2 is the top and the last 2 is the bottom. We'll just decide on that right now before we actually get through these cards. The remaining fauna cards will not be used for this game, should be returned to the box. What? This thick ass deck, you only use 4 cards per game? That's... Wow, so there's a lot of replayability, that's for damn sure. It looks like we have a fauna card too in our Wait, are these the fauna cards? They don't look like animals. I am so confused right now. Fauna cards. These look like the ecosystem cards. So these are ecosystem cards. Where are the fauna cards? Yeah, these are ecosystem. Ah, shit. Don't tell me that the fauna cards were in the main deck, and now that I've shuffled them, no, or they gotta be here. They gotta be here. And then I just shuffled them like crazy. How does I split them in half? So it must be here. Yep. Okay. So the brown cards are the fauna cards. Yeah, maybe they should have put that in there with a brown top or something like that, so people don't get confused. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say if they're in the main deck, I would have quit. I would have said, nope, we're done for now. Let's do this again later. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna pick 4 at random, and we're gonna say 4 at the top. So that's random. And then the first 2 is whatever this face up right now. So we got the barn owl. Yeah, the cards in this game, they're very pretty. Got the mountain gorilla. And then we're gonna flip the last 2 cards. So we got the Atlantic puffin. Oh, look at that! It's attempting to fly. It's falling off that cliff. And the king penguin. Okay. And then the rest goes back into the box. Okay. So these are the ecosystem cards. So shuffle the ecosystem cards. Go ahead and do that. Place 1 with a random side up on each of the 2 spaces on the fauna board. Each of the 2 spaces on the fauna board. Hold on. The fauna board doesn't have... Wait, it says that there's something else next to it. Or is it on the other side? I am so confused. I don't see... Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, because we're playing standard. That was the beginner. That was the beginner. Fauna board. This is the intermediate or standard. Okay. Yeah, because I want to understand the whole ecosystem thing. So that's why I wanted to include it in this game. Because if you're playing beginner, there's no ecosystem cards involved, but I want to check out how that works. Okay, so the first one is up and the other one is down. So we got Nisairos Island. According to Greek myth, it was formed when Poseidon cut off part of Kos and fed it to a giant. Even this game has flavor text, you know, and the game we were playing yesterday. Sky Horde, Sky Tier Horde doesn't have any flavor text at all. Just very disappointing. And the other one is Nishinoshima Island. This is a very small island, only 700 meters wide, and most of its land mass is underwater. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Alright, so what happens to the rest? Then deal one ecosystem card to each player and continue to the individual setup. So we get one. Do I give one to Gaia too? Because Gaia, I don't think Gaia has an ecosystem thing. It says to each player. It shows that it has this ecosystem card. You know what, just since I'm still not sure, we'll just give one to Gaia. I'll take the first one here. So do we get to pick which one we like? Like the top or the back or the front? When we get these? How does that work? It's not explained yet. It says this deal one ecosystem card to each player and continue to the individual setup. Okay, so I'll take this one, and once we decided which side, and then it looks like Gaia's gonna get one. I'm just gonna give Gaia one, just because, like I said, I'm not sure what's going on. The remaining ecosystem cards will not be used. Okay. Yeah, and look at how many more cards remaining there, even if you have 4 players. So this game definitely has, like, when it comes to variety, every time you play, you're gonna get different cards and shit, different ecosystem. I think those are like individual, I don't think they have repeat cards, so it's a good variety when it comes to the content. Okay, individual setup. Shuffle the island cards, number 10. Island cards? What? Where is that? There's an island card? Well, I guess you do get to pick whichever one you like, I guess, huh? Shuffle and place one, random side face. Okay, it's random side. So I guess, since I already chose it this way, I'm just going to keep it this way then. So I got the Yashigiri Island. It says a third of it's covered in dense forest, attracting over 100 migrating bird species. So, and then Gaia got Ijuhaigo Valley, spanning more than 720 kilometers. The Ijuhaigo Valley is home to 140 bird species. You get this really nice picture here. So, I'm just going to leave this here with Gaia. Like I said, I'm not even sure if she uses it. Ooh. She might not, but we'll see. He or she. I guess Gaia can be, Earth can be male, female. Neither. Shuffle the island cards, number 10. Where are the island cards? Do I have issues again with the way that I... island cards? What island cards? What are you talking about? Island cards. Is there like... with the ecosystem card, is there like a separate one that's island? Oh, I see it. So I handed... the island cards has these lighter backgrounds, so I used the wrong one for this top area here. So we'll have to redo that. Jesus. And then there's also a climate card, looks like. Okay. I didn't separate them because sometimes, you know, if it's not too thick, I just like to kind of stack them together. But this is like components, right? Okay. Wasn't there like a component checkup? Because I already put these away. So I must have already done that. Yeah, so that's okay. We'll stick with the ecosystem that we already have. But now that I see there's also the climate card, we're going to keep it over there. So there's still a variety though. So what I said is still true when it comes to the game having a lot of variety whenever you play. Okay, so we're just going to use whatever these first two. So we have Kurlava Rock Nature Reserve. It is home to a variety of landscapes such as salt marshes, mudflats, and wetlands. So this is going to go up here. And then the next one would be Irati. The variety of plant life becomes most apparent in autumn when the forest comes to life with color, it says. So this is going to go up here. Okay, we're learning. Alright, so now we have the island cards. I'll consider this shuffled. So, and one to each player, right, it says. See, I mean, she doesn't even have like an island. I'll give it to her just for now. Like I said, I'm not even sure if she's going to use it. Okay, so I got the Iceland island card. Yeah, I wouldn't mind living in Iceland, actually. It seems pretty cool over there. Iceland is home to Bjork. I mean, to many fjord, long, narrow inlets with steep cliffs carved with glaciers. They should have added like Bjork standing in the middle of this picture. So that's what I got for the island. Where does the island go? Right here. Okay, that's my island. Let me put this away. And then next would be climate, I take it. Repeat with the climate cards. Okay, we'll just consider this shuffled. I'll give one to Miss Thing over here. I don't know if she's going to use it. I got the hemiboreal climate. Very pretty picture here. Oh, we'd love to visit that. Hemiboreal climates are typically home to a variety of the deciduous plants. How pretty that is, huh? Okay. So that's my climate. And then the rest goes back to the box. Okay, once all players are ready, randomly choose a starting player and give them the first player token, which is the, that would be me, but I guess that we don't need this. So I'll just push all of these up here. Okay. I'll put away the island card and the ecosystem cards. Yeah, we don't need to mess with this player one or whatever because we're the only player here. Okay, but what is this one? What is 12? Oh, this is the first player token. And then 13 is active player. We do need the active player token, so we definitely need that because we're playing with Gaia. So we'll place this here when it's my turn. Each player now must select one side of their island. Oh, you can select. Okay. whether you want Iceland or you want more. Okay, for me it doesn't really matter because this is my first game, so I'm just gonna stick with Iceland. I mean, besides Bjork can't steer me wrong, right? So we'll stick with Iceland. And also the ecosystem, so we can change this to there's Yagishiri Island on one side, and then on the other side is Australian temperate forest ecosystem. Oh, it looks nicer. The temperate forests of Australia are home to over 700 species of eucalyptus tree. Maybe we will pick this one because it looks a lot cooler than the other card. If it wants to focus here, yeah. And then versus that. That seems like it looks like a corpse tree or something. I don't know. You know, where you just place a corpse on top of it. Um, we'll choose the Australian ecosystem. Besides, the Aussies are pretty sexy, so let's choose that. To use by placing it face up on its corresponding space on the player board. Okay. Island Climate and Ecosystem card grants different starting resources, abilities, and victory points. It is recommended to check the fauna board and choose sides that will help you achieve those objectives. Oh, I see. You have to kind of look at this board here, but like I said, you know, I mean, I'm new to this, so I don't even know what I'm looking at. So, should get a general idea once we get going, I think, you know. So, oh, and I need a little flower thing. So, the leaf, I don't know what this is for, but it's cool, but I don't know what it's for. It didn't say anything about placing this on the board, but okay, you know, I see them being placed in the picture, so I will just do that now. Okay. What's next? Let me see. Yeah, it does say, actually. I was just being impatient. Because it says each player takes 5 leaf tokens of the color 14. Okay, placing 4 of them on the central leaf. Oh, but we're playing solo. I guess we have 5. And keeping the 5th to the side, it can be used to track their action selection each turn. Okay, but I guess for a solo, we have 5. Oh, when they're saying top and bottom, they mean this. Yeah, top over here and the bottom over here. Because they both look the same. It's the same thing, except for the third one here. I see. And then the fourth one. Okay, I see what the top and bottom is. So then they didn't make a mistake. It just looks too similar. What they need to do, actually, they should have circled the differences. Something like that, because the first 2 panels are actually the same thing. So, okay. I was wrong, but it was confusing. It was indeed confusing. Okay. I think we're all set, so we can play the game now. Okay. Now, let me, before we go through the tutorial here, let me just read the solo mode, because they put the solo mode at the end, so let's make sure that we're doing the right thing. Your turn works the same as in normal game. Action selection, resource gain, ability activation. For each action, you will gain the regular benefits. However, Gaia will gain the benefits as indicated by the difficulty level you have chosen. Okay, I don't understand what that means. See, I mean, you need to understand the core mechanics of the game, I think, before you can understand anything they talk about here in the solo in the solo rule. So we'll just go through. We'll just do as much as we can here before, if I'm really stuck or it gets too confusing, I think we might have to stop and I have to maybe just watch the video. But we're going to keep going. We're going to keep flipping back and forth between the tutorial or the guide here of playing the game, and then the solo mode instructions. So, alright, so it says each player draws a number of Earth cards as indicated on their island card. Oh, okay, interesting. In this case, each player draws. Oh, no wonder there's so many freaking cards. Because you're drawing up to like 5, 6 cards. What is this? No wonder this part is so thick. But because in the example here it says draw 7 cards. Crazy. Each player draws number of cards as indicated on their island card, and in my case, it is. I'll show you on it's at the bottom here, and then they do color it actually to make sure that you know they have different colors for these different stats. So the bottom one there on top of the flavor text, you see like a little hand icon that says 5. So you get 5 cards during this phase. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and grab 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These pictures are so pretty. That's what made me very interested in the game, because I was like, wow. They have all these pretty pictures on all these cards, you know? Okay. After reviewing these cards, players simultaneously choose which ones they want to keep and which they will compost. They must compost from their hand the number of cards as indicated on their island card. Oh, I see. Okay, so we get to keep only some. And in my case here, looks like I only get to compost. So I keep 1 in my hand and then what? Oh. I'm only required to compose 1, as you can see. It's the icon next to the card icon at the bottom there, with the looks like a hand waving. It says 1, so that means I have to compose 1. I don't even know which ones of these to pick, so I'm just gonna base it off the pictures for now while I'm trying to understand the game, you know. So I'm gonna compose the least pretty of these pictures. So I'm gonna compose this redwood forest terrain. It says the tallest tree species reaching 106 meter or 348 feet. The oldest living redwood is 2,200 years old. So we're gonna compose this one. So where's the compose? I think it's over here. The compost space. Face up? Oh, face down. And place it face down in the compost space. So over here, that's composted. Okay. This creates their personal compost. Each player then takes the number of soil indicated on the island card and places them on the center area of their player board. This creates the personal reserve. Soil, where is that? Where do you put the soil? Where's it? It says 14, but I don't see leaf tokens. Those are leaf tokens. Where do I place the compost? I mean the soil. Look at that. It even says there are 20 islands, 20 climates, and 64 ecosystems, which means there are 25,600 possible starting setups. Welcome to nature's diversity. Yeah, see, I was pretty impressed with the variety. You know, I was like, yeah. So this game can be pretty fresh every time you play it. I don't understand this compost I mean, not compost, but thingamathing. Soil. Where do I put the soil? You know, where is the soil? Are those like the soil icon? What are those? 5 trunks. There's a trunk. Soil tokens of 4. Okay, so these are soil. Okay, so I get 4 soil based on what it says on my Bjork card there. So it says in the middle of the board, so I'm just gonna place them here. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, so what's next? And then we're gonna check the solo rule. Card information. Okay, so this is we're gonna. It's a lot of information. Not enough. In this book, is the manual is so big. Soil to plant card. Number 1 at the top left-hand corner. Base victory point value is number 2. Card type number 3. Habitat, or where you can. Oh, okay. Card name. Scientific name. Growth space. Number 7. Wow. And that's going to be explained in detail on page 8. Maximum growth number, page 8. Number 8. Canopy completion VP. Sprout spaces. Ability colors. First ability effect. Second ability effect. There's a lot. This game has a lot. Where's the flora? Flora cards. Where are the flora cards? Hold on now. 7. That's the earth card. Fauna cards, flora. I guess the flora is okay. So these are all the different cards that you can get from the earth card. Okay. Flavor text, objective, direction, visual aid. Vata. Percentage of cards, page 9. 16. Percentage of cards. Action ability icon. These icons help you distinguish which cards to activate within the tableau. Number 17. Okay. Alright, let's go back to the solo rule and see where we're at with that. Always finish your action and card abilities first, then resolve Gaia's action as the other player taking the variable benefit. Gaia will gain benefits as indicated by the difficulty level you have chosen. I don't understand. I still don't understand. I mean, why is Gaia's board, looking different than ours? I don't even know. Like I said, I don't even know if we're doing the same thing with Gaia, with the ecosystem, climate, and everything else. I'm still in the dark when it comes to that. Am I supposed to do the same thing right now before we continue for Gaia? Yeah, they need to be a little bit more thorough here with the solo mode here. As Gaia can react when you gain soil and cards, it can be helpful to place incoming resources next to your player board so she can count them before they're added to your hand supply. What does that mean? What does it mean? I don't understand. Let's read through the solo rule here real quick. Again from the beginning. This solo mode follows most of the same rules as the standard game, with the most obvious exception being that you're competing against an artificial intelligence named Gaia. Begin by setting up the game as you would a regular or advanced game, but set your player board on its solo side and decide on the difficulty level. So I said medium, right? Yeah. Hard expert one. Standard. Okay. Begin by setting up the game. Beginner and medium use the upper action spaces, whereas hard and expert uses the lower actions. Beginner and experts are only affected further by the effects listed at the bottom of Gaia's fauna objective card. Okay. Oh, that's from these. Okay. Place Gaia's board next to your player board on the opposite side where you will build your tableau. Shuffle her deck of 6 cards. This space is where her active card will go. This space is where her face down compost is placed. So she does have the compost thingy thing going on. This space is where her face-up scoring cards are placed. And what do they mean by as Gaia can react when you gain soil and cards? It can be helpful. I'm confused. Okay. Always finish your action and card abilities first, then resolve Gaia's action and the other player, taking the variable benefits. Solo mode, Gaia's turn. On Gaia's turn, draw the top card on a face-down stack and place it face up. You take the upper ability, if any, and then she takes the lower ability. It is important that you take the upper ability first because her income can sometimes be tied directly to the choices you made. I'm still confused because I don't know. I mean, Gaia is also gaining soil. What is the deal? How do you... It's like they're not explaining to you how this works. Like, imagine that the player is playing this for the first time. What do we do? It's not explained. Because her board is totally different than ours. Did she get the initial cards? It's like nothing is explained. Is she supposed to have also a regular board? But no, because she has her leaf thing over here. You know what I'm saying? But she also has she doesn't have a compost area. I mean a soil area. You gotta explain this better. And I'm starting to get a headache. Because this manual is not well written. I'm sorry. Like, you can see that the solo mode. I heard like really a lot of good things about the solo mode. I guess once I understand how this is supposed to be played. Well, I guess technically you can even just set this up where you create two tableaus. You can always do that too. Just create two tableaus and just, you know, play the two tableaus. Or you can complete against Gaia. I thought it's cooler to do it this way. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I should just set up two players. Just to get an understanding of how the game is played. You know what I'm saying? But because they only dedicated the solo mode to this one page at the back. On the back of the manual here. Just this one page. And then there's no explanation how to set up. Like there's no flow. Like my question about whether Gaia is supposed to get the initial cards, none of those are being addressed. So, I mean, the reason why I got this was, as you can surmise from my moniker, I pretty much play alone. So, but this is not well written. This part about the solo mode. I might have to go look for like a video of the solo mode for this game. But I'm gonna still attempt. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna push forward and see if I can figure this out. Like, does she get? And what is the whole thing? I mean, like over here they say something about Gaia can react when you gain soil and cards. It can be helpful to place incoming resources next to your player board so she can count them before they're added to your hand or supply. What does that even mean? And as a guy is supposed to gain benefit as we're playing, they have to show me how that works. But they ain't showing me shit. Okay. Let's just keep going as what you're supposed to do next after you did all of these things. The first section of the game, what was it? Getting started. So I guess yeah, there's no mention of Gaia. So let's just ignore Gaia for a sec and just focus on us. So what do we do now after we set everything up here with the initial stuff? Okay, turn action overview. On your turn, choose one of the 4 action spaces shown at the top of the player board to mark your choice and place the active player token above the corresponding option. All of the players place their 5th leaf or token on the bottom of the same action space as the way to track their action options. I see. Okay. So what was that about medium, intermediate, whatever? Let me see. Since we're doing medium difficulty for this mode, for the solo mode, so now we have to choose which one. So we're gonna use this top one here. I don't even know what any of these means. So let me go back here. Okay, so there's a detailed explanation of what each of these sections means. The first one there is called planting. Green is planting. Okay, it says play continues with the active player token moving clockwise until one player has completed their 4x4 tableau. Players may choose the same action as previous player or repeat the same action from their last turn. I do not understand that. Moving clockwise. Oh, clockwise. They're talking about player turns. Okay. Okay. So the first section here is called planting. And it says, see page 6. I mean, and then like they're not even willing to just go into details. It's like, yeah, we're going to describe to you, summarize, and then go to page 6. You may plant up to 2 cards one at a time into your tableau by paying their soil costs with soil from your reserve. Then draw 4 cards, choosing 1 to keep, and discarding the rest face down into the discard pile. Do not place these 3 cards in your compost. All other players may plant 1 card in their tableau by paying its cost from their reserve. They may also draw 1 card. So this is during your turn that other players can even play. Interesting. Players do not need to have planted a card to be able to draw a card. Oh, and they can still draw a card. Lastly, all players activate their green abilities on their cards if you choose planting. You will score the basic VP value of each planted card at the end of the game. Okay. This is like a lot. Composting. You may gain 5 soil from the supply, placing them on your player board, your personal reserve. Then take 2 cards from the draw pile and place them onto your compost without looking at them. All other players may gain either 2 soil or they may compost 2 cards from the draw pile. Lastly, all players activate the red and multicolored abilities on their cards. Okay. Third is watering. You may gain up to 6 sprouts from the supply, immediately placing them on any of your flora with empty sprout spaces. My flora. Mi flora? You mean this? Oh no, that's the ecosystem card. Where's the... Flora card. So I guess that's just a regular... Oh, if we get a Flora card. So on our tableau. Okay. So watering, you should do that when you have your tableau started. Then you may gain 2 soil from the supply, placing them on your player board. Growing, which is the last one here. You may draw 4 cards from the Earth stack, placing them in your hand, and you may place up to 2 growth. Okay, so that's also something that you would do after you have your tableau started. Okay. So we're going to go with planting. So I'm going to place this here, planting, because I will be planking. Planting. Let's go up a little bit more. Yes. So I'm going to be planting. Let's see what we can plant. I don't think I even got a flora card. I've got a bunch of terrain. Oh, I do have one flora card. It's the Japanese Tawachia. Tawachia camellia. I do have one. Here. It's pretty little Japanese flowers, I guess. So I can plant that. It requires 3 soil. So I'm going to plant that. And I'm going to pay 3 soil. Now, how this is related to Gaia right now, I do not fucking know. But we'll put it here so the Gaia knows I have 3. I've spent 3 on that. Because they're not explaining this shit with the Gaia in detail at all. The rest of these are just terrain cards that I have in my hand. So let me just see. After you plant it, what happens? And then draw 1 card, choosing 1 to keep and discarding the rest face down in the discard pile. Okay, so we'll have the discard pile on this side. So I get what? 4, right? 4 cards. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me look at them. Sunny hillside. Oh, this is such a beautiful picture. Lake. Meadow. And forest edge. Okay. There's no fauna card at all, so what are the terrain cards good for? Let's see here. I don't think they have explained anything about these terrain cards. Oh, they offer in-game bonuses or end-game scoring opportunities. Okay, on page 11, so we'll know about them a little later. I will pick the prettiest picture, which is the lake. Formed by tectonic, volcanic, or other activity, there are over 770 million lakes on the planet. We'll keep that one. The rest goes into the discard pile. Okay. I guess they can just face up like that. Activating abilities. So after all of that, activate the green abilities on their cards. On their cards. So if we have green abilities on our cards, just this one, it says 7 plant, leaf, 2 flora, each with 6. Huh? Okay, let's see. What? What are you talking about? What does that mean? Unless they're talking about this green. I think they're talking about this as the ability. This I don't know what that is. I am so confused. Green abilities on their cards. Okay, here's the explanation about activating abilities. Let me just get some water. This game, I'm telling you, is pretty damn complex. Didn't I put like a token in here? What happened to it? I did put a token in here. It's the round token. It disappeared. Oh, it's down here. So yeah, you gotta be careful with these. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. And you know, it's on. I'm gonna stop at a 2-hour mark because, yeah, didn't know it's gonna take this long actually to learn this game. But all right. At the end of each action, all players may activate any abilities in their tableau and on their player board. So any in their tableau, wow. That match the color of the currently selected action. Okay. And the color consistency is horrible in this game, by the way. Green, red, blue, or yellow. So is this considered an ability too? I don't know. I really don't know. For multicolored abilities, see page 6. Jesus, why can't you just say it here? Each card's ability can be activated one time per turn, and each tableau must be activated in order, row by row, left to right, starting with the top left. For example, of a turn indicated, including activation abilities, see page 12. You can activate your island, and then your climate, and then before or after your tableau's activation. Oh, you can activate your island and then your climate, either before or after your tableau's activation, but not during. It's very specific. So you can do like this, but you can't like do this. Keep going back and forth if you already have your tableau going on over here. So some abilities didn't say ecosystem. So ecosystem doesn't have. That's just a bona. That's just a bona. Bona. Yeah, because wouldn't this be also be considered green? But I don't know what this is over here. You know? Maybe that's just a bonus or something. I don't know what the significance of that is right now. Some abilities require an extra step prior to receiving the benefit. To activate abilities with a negative number minus X, it is mandatory to pay the cost in full to get its benefit. What? Example 1. Discard 1 card from your compost, then gain 3 soil. Okay. Compost 1 card from your hand and draw 1 card. Okay. For abilities that have numbered resources before a colon, it is mandatory to pay the resource requirement on the left of the colon to gain the benefit on the right. Okay. Golden rule. If a card ability does something that goes against the rule, the card has priority, and its abilities can be applied if desired. Huh? Huh? What is the example of that? None. Okay. Abilities are activated after taking their matching action. Green activates green, red activates red, etc. Multicolored abilities, which consist of blue, yellow, and green abilities, are also triggered when blue, yellow, and red action is chosen. These multicolored abilities are activated in order with any other abilities in the tableau. Cards with two ability colors or multicolored abilities count each of those colors when scoring. So if a player had a card with a red or yellow ability, they could choose to count it as red for one objective and yellow for another. Black abilities are triggered automatically as soon as they're played. Brown... Oh, I see. So that's why we get this immediately. Okay. Brown abilities give the opportunity for extra endgame scoring option or ongoing advantages. So these. So what are these then? These are green, right? So yeah, because it didn't say anything. So that's actually, I guess, considered a green ability. So 7 compost, extra 2 flora each. I don't understand what that means. I mean, this 7 compost divided by 2 flora, each with 6 compost, huh? I know it ain't Einstein that's coming up with that formula. I don't know what this is. Okay, I hope they're gonna explain this somewhere in here. But I'm about ready to stop the session for now because it's been 2 hours. We'll continue learning the game when I come back. But let me just finish this activating abilities section. Neither black nor brown abilities will trigger during the game due to action, selection, or engine abilities, but they do count as ability colors. You're never forced to activate a card. You may skip activations of many cards as desired. Only your island, climate, and card planted in your tableau can activate their abilities. Cards in hand, compost, and event stack cannot. To keep the game moving and keep players engaged, all players may activate their abilities at the same time, creating chaos in the game room. Yes, everyone's trying to cheat their way because they're paying attention to only their tableau and their hand. Okay, if card is activated, all costs must be paid in full. However, benefits may be collected as desired, partially or in full. For example, to activate this multicolored ability, you must discard the top card of your compost and return 1 growth from your tableau to the supply. Then you may gain 1 sprout and up to 2 soil from the supply. For each objective and scoring card, the multicolored card can count as blue and yellow and red card. However, individual blue, yellow, and red cards do not count as multicolored cards. No shit. Individual blue, yellow, and red cards do not count as multicolored cards. Why would they count as Okay. Cards with green abilities may activate the green ability the same turn they're planted. Okay, that's good information. Planting, place, draw, and draft cards. So there's also this whole thing about making sure that you're planting in a certain pattern, seems like. I'm just placing it up here. It's like 4 times 4 is your tableau here. Okay, let's read this part and then we're going to go. The active player may plant up to 2 cards one at a time into their tableau by paying the soil cost. Only flora and terrain cards may be planted. And we can plant terrain? Wait a minute. We can. Oh, well, terrain is very expensive. Like 9 is the minimum that I've seen so far for you to be planting terrains in your tableau, so. Okay. Got it. The required amount of soil is returned from the reserve to the central supply. I'm just keeping it here for now because I'm trying to figure out this whole Gaia bullshit. When planting your first card, you may place it anywhere within your tableau. Each subsequent card must be placed in one of the 8 spaces adjacent to an existing card. One of the 8 spaces? Players are not limited in which direction they may expand their tableau, but they're limited to a 4x4 tableau. What does that mean? When planting your first, you may, okay, each subsequent card must be placed in one of the 8 spaces. So if you put it in the middle here, at the top left, so you are pretty much screwing yourself up. But I don't know any better. That's why I put it there. But we'll just keep it there for now. At the end of the game, you will score the base VP value of each card you have planted. The active player then draws 4 cards, chooses 1 to keep. Okay, so this is a more detailed explanation of this action. They may also draw one. What? All other players may plant 1 card into their tableau by paying its soil cost. From the reserve, they may also draw 1 card. Players do not need to have planted card to be able to draw a card, and they cannot draw before planting. Lastly, all players activate green abilities of their player board and in the tableau. Cards on the player board may be activated before or after the tableau, but the tableau must be activated in order from left column to right, then top, bottom, row to bottom. Okay. After placing your first card, there are only 2 placement rules. Cards must be planted adjacent or previously placed card, either or orthogonally or diagonally. Your tableau may never have more than 4 columns or more than 4 rows. Card placement could be important for many reasons, such as the order in which the abilities are activated, the way ecosystems score at the end game, and they even help you reach a fauna objective. If the earth deck runs out, shuffle the discard pile to create a new draw pile. Do not shuffle in any player's compost. These cards are worth VP at the end of the game. It is an unlikely event that no cards remain in the draw or discard piles. Player no longer draw or compost cards from the deck. It is the unlikely event that no cards remain. Okay. In the unlikely event, okay. Yeah, my brain is all fried by now. Player no longer draw a compost card from the deck. Planting is the most important action in the game. It will score you VP and allows you to activate more abilities. For a more strategic game, players may plant cards in their tableau face down until all players have chosen their cards, at which point all cards are turned face up. Okay, that's kind of cute. You know, where you can hide what you're planting, because it might impact something strategy-wise. But yeah, we're gonna stop there. We're gonna continue playing when I get back. We'll continue playing a little later. I'm just a little bit disappointed with the way and I'll put this back in here because I don't want them to be flying around while I'm doing other things in the game room here, playing games and stuff. You never know. And I see Yoshi Fur. I missed that little girl. But yeah, it's this game is very complex. But yeah, the whole Gaia thing, they need to explain that a little better. Maybe before I come back, I'm just gonna check out the video tutorial that they have and check out the solo mode. If hopefully they have the solo mode in the video tutorial. If the level of care that they showed us actually for the solo mode matches, their presentation here in the manual, then they might not even shoot like a solo video tutorial, with the Gaia tablet, with the Gaia AI. So hopefully they have that. But I'll check out the video before I come back, and maybe I have a better understanding of how this works. And but like I said, this game is very pretty. That's what drew me to it in the beginning. I can see there's a lot of things going on with this game, with the abilities, and all cards are supposedly unique. I like the presentation here on the table, so looking forward to playing it proper. So but for now, I'm going to try and rest my brain. Maybe play something something that doesn't require any brain power for the next several hours before I jump back into this thing. So bye.